Before doing anything, it is important to chock the wheels and engage the parking brake. This install video goes over all Ranger models from 2019 to 2023. If you have a 2024 and up Ranger, visit our other Ranger install video listed in the description. Begin by supporting the drive shaft. Then make a cut on each side of the carrier frame. Using a razor blade, cut the bearing away from the carrier frame. Unbolt the carrier and remove it from the vehicle. Then, cut the remaining excess rubber hanging off the front of the bearing. You'll also need to cut down the small ribs around the bearing until they're flush with the base layer of rubber. Do not cut all the way down to bare metal. The bearing should look like this when you're done. If you are also completing the optional task of replacing your carrier bearing, continue watching. If you are just replacing the carrier, skip ahead to the corresponding timestamp below. On the front and rear driveshaft flanges, make marks to ensure proper alignment when reinstalling the driveshaft. Remove the 4 bolts at the front and the 4 at the rear of the driveshaft. Ford recommends replacing these bolts after removal. With an extra set of hands, carefully pull the driveshaft off of the vehicle. To gain access to the bearing, you'll need to separate the center U-joint. Mark both halves of the driveshaft to ensure proper alignment when putting it back together. Using a brass punch and hammer, hit the retaining clips loose on both sides of the front half of the driveshaft and remove them. Then pound that pin through until the opposite side cap protrudes. Remove it and repeat this step for the opposite cap. You should then be able to separate the 2 halves of the driveshaft. Now is a great time to replace your U-joint. Remove the large center nut. Ford recommends replacing this nut after removal. Mark the driveshaft and U-joint flange to ensure proper realignment. With a bearing puller, remove the flange from the driveshaft. Then use that bearing puller to remove the bearing. Be careful not to damage the shield right behind the bearing. With the bearing removed, clean the splines and mating surface. It's also a good idea to put some bearing grease on the splines before installation. Place the new bearing onto the shaft and seat it with a large socket and hammer. Then place the U-joint flange on the splines and double check it is aligned properly. Place the large washer and nut onto the shaft and tighten it down. Place the driveshaft in a vise and torque the nut down to 110 foot-pounds. You can now reassemble the U-joint. Place one of the caps below its corresponding hole and hammer it into place. Then place the other cap on the opposite side and seat that into place as well. Hammer it all the way into position with your brass punch and install the first retaining clip. Give the retaining clip a few swift hits to ensure it seats correctly. Flip the drive shaft over and repeat these same steps on the opposite side. You can then reinstall it on the vehicle. Realign the flanges with the marks you made during removal. Thread the bolts in on both flanges, then tighten and torque all 8 bolts. Now you can install your new JXB Driveshaft carrier. Start with the top half with the bushing in it and slide it over top of the bearing with the text facing the front of the vehicle. Then bring the bottom half up to meet it and connect the two together using the provided Allen bolts. As you tighten the bolts, switch back and forth from left to right so the bolts don't bind in the holes. A small gap may form between the two bushings. This is normal. Loctite is recommended. To mount the carrier to the vehicle, we will start with a standard height truck with a regular driveshaft carrier application. For a lifted truck requiring lowering of the driveshaft with our optional spacer kit, skip ahead to the corresponding timestamp. Take a provided shoulder bolt, add a fender washer, an isolation damper with the small end facing up, slide it up through the carrier, add another isolation damper with the small end facing down, and for all 19 to 23 Ranger models, use the small gold washer on top. Loosely thread it into the vehicle. Loctite is again recommended. Repeat these steps on the other side. Bolt, fender washer, isolation damper, up through the carrier, another damper, and the small gold washer on top. Thread it into the vehicle. Tighten and torque both bolts to the frame, and your installation is complete. If your truck is lifted and you have purchased a CSB spacer kit from us, there are multiple combinations in bolt length and spacer stack height. For a stack of 0 to 15 millimeters, use the supplied shoulder bolt. For 16 to 34 millimeters of spacers, use the medium-sized bolt and the provided adapter sleeves. For anything larger, use the longest bolt and the provided adapter sleeves. The metal adapter sleeves should only be used with the medium and longest bolt. If you're reusing another company's or homemade spacer and you've ordered a mounting sleeve kit from us, the HDW04A0 adapter kit, you'll use your original extended bolts with our fender washers and sleeves. But double check that your bolts are long enough, as the JXB Carrier is slightly thicker than most OEM carriers. Installation with our spacers is similar to without spacers. Start with the provided bolt, add a fender washer, then the metal sleeve if you're using 16 millimeters or more of spacers, an isolation damper facing up, go up through the carrier, add another isolation damper with the small end facing down, another fender washer, and the correct combination of spacers based on the size of lift of your truck. The stackable spacers have male and female ends, allowing them to fit together snugly while the end pieces maintain a flat surface on one side. Loosely thread that bolt in and repeat the steps on the other side. Bolt, fender washer, sleeve, isolation damper, through the carrier, another damper facing down, fender washer, and the CSB spacers on top. Tighten both bolts to the frame and your installation is complete.